Hello and welcome, I'm Dante from Low Mana, and today we're taking another look at Retribution and what the mission itself teaches us. This is undoubtedly one of the best events Overwatch has had, so let's see what lore it has to offer. Following on shortly after the events of the Retribution comic, we start with Gabriel's Blackwatch team infiltrating a large Talon facility in the search for a known Talon leader, Antonio, with the objective of taking him in, making him accountable for his crimes of arms dealing and smuggling. Antonio, however, was unfazed. He and his compatriots know the system too well, and in a lot of ways they own it. He takes great delight in lording this over Gabriel, making this entire mission pointless and a waste of their limited resources when compared to Talon, as well as showing just how helpless Overwatch can be when they adhere to the rules. Unfortunately for Antonio, Gabriel doesn't play by those rules, and quickly dispatches of him, launching his body smashing through the window into presumably the water below. This does not go down well with McCree. He joined to atone for his past, not to become an accessory to murder. The mission was to take Antonio in. It was McCree who did the work to get them to this point, and now the plan has completely collapsed. He spent weeks waiting at one of the nearby restaurants, although his usual charm didn't keep him there for long. The clientele here are used to a slightly more professional service. But that's beside the point. What do they do now? Gabriel didn't come with a backup plan, so now it's all down to instinct. Surprisingly, Moira and Genji seem completely unfazed, which really isn't too much of a surprise. Moira always wants more test subjects, but is more inconvenienced than opposed to his actions. This is also pre-Enlightenment Genji, not too long after he dismantled the majority of his previous criminal clan. Unfortunately, shooting Antonio through a window alerted the facility, and an army of Talon soldiers are on their way as reinforcements. Gabriel's plan, to blow up the reinforced door with charges and fight their way out to a clearing to await pickup in the middle of a firefight. Clearly no one decided to look out the window that was already broken, where a nice boat big enough for the whole team is waiting, next to the open water for an escape. But anyway, back to the mission. The group then fends off waves of enemies, break through a door, travels through the city of Venice, and finally makes it to their pickup location above a restaurant, making their escape just before the full might of Talon arrives. Along the way we learn much about Talon's fighting styles, the weapons it can deploy, in addition to seeing just how open they are prepared to be with the show of force. I'm not too sure if this is a slight rewrite of history, simply overlooked, or one of the many changes supposed to happen as Gabriel becomes Reaper. But the tactics of Talon are something we've heard about before, previously being based on those of Blackwatch, and maybe even Overwatch soldiers. However, it seems they have already adopted the styles we've previously seen, just with higher tech dropships than helicopters. The majority of these forces are merely grunts, but armed relatively well. There is a new unit though, the Enforcers, significantly more effective in armour, employing shields as protection as well as a type of charged burst rifle. Not something we've really seen on any of the heroes so far. The other more elite units are a mashup of technologies we've seen with some variation and show clearly the different approaches Talon are capable of deploying. From the Sniper, who as you would expect resembles the same skills as Widowmaker, perfect for long range removal of key foes. The Assassin is probably the most unique and a great example of the Left 4 Dead influence that went into this mode. Tech wise they have rapid teleportation, and the dual blades wielded are very similar to the tech used by Genji. Would be interesting to see why they haven't been deployed more to remove special Overwatch targets like Gerard Lacroix. Perhaps they have and he already has a strong counter to them. The final unit is Talon's answer to the Crusaders, not that the order exists anymore at this point. An amalgamation of the Omnic tech and Crusader rocket armour, just an all-out offensive version. From these new units we can see a pretty clear influence from the Ironclad Guild. And considering they, in part, were responsible for the creation of Omnics, it makes you wonder just how much Talon know and how they can deploy that knowledge. A second Omnic crisis seems very possible with both their want for chaos and to create a uniquely large war as a distraction. As you will have seen, once the mission is complete we get a nice little short showing us the consequences, and out of everything this I think is the most important part, at least in terms of the lore and the progression of the Overwatch story. This is the turning point. As McCree alludes to, a snapshot of when Overwatch's decline really took place. Even if he didn't mean to at this moment, Reyes set the ball rolling. Not to say Overwatch was perfect and without public flaws, but they at least followed the laws and respected boundaries. Well, mostly. Blackwatch, this organisation influenced the world from the shadows, and due to Gabriel, they shared remarkably similar values to Talon. So were they really so different? I still find it odd that no one in the entire world knew of Blackwatch. They were shown in public, have their own base, and are known by Talon. Surely Talon would use this information to their advantage. Perhaps that was the point, baiting Blackwatch into an overreaction. But back to the short itself. We can clearly see Jack and Anna questioning Gabriel, clearly knowing how serious the fallout will be. While in the background we can see the world reaction unfold. From the rise of a new Doomfist, Viale, who we last saw falling to his death, taking the place of Antonio, along with the confirmation that Overwatch know the Omnic Maximilian to be a leader, who we first met at his casino. This moment seems to pass over just how monumental this point is. This is the true turning point, with only a matter of 2 years. Gabriel joins Talon to bring down Overwatch, taking Moira with him. Doomfist is captured on the streets of Numbani, Widowmaker is created to kill Gerard, Anna supposedly dies to her after. Genji goes on to find enlightenment with Zenyatta. Along with this, all new heroes and some not so heroic characters come to notoriety. I can't wait to see what follows this. The Overwatch lore could be about to get a lot darker. But what do you think? And how have you found the event so far? Let us know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching this video. As always, I love to hear your thoughts and lore ideas, so leave them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that little bell for notification as content goes live. Until next time, I've been Dante, thanks for watching.